Welcome to Fairway Media's coverage of the Governor's Cup at Gaffney's Grove. Located in the heart of Maple Valley, this newer course has become a beacon for many new players and seasoned vets alike. It's a great technical course. Most of the pins are reachable. Longest hole is about 398 as it shows there, hole 9. I'm Corey Jones, with me, Matthew Zlatich in the booth.
What's going on, guys?
Ready to bring you some commentary. We want to thank our coverage sponsors, Gripped Disc Golf, All Day Disc Golf, and of course, Fairway Media. Here are your players. For round 1, we got Luke Metz, Nate Felix, this man to my left, Matt Zlatich, and Trevor Hill. We're going to be starting on hole 2. This is the first sanctioned event at this course, and it drew 74 players. Starting on hole 2, looks like Luke's going to start us off.
All right, guys, so this hole, a lot of players are just going to try to throw between the trees that are on a little hyzer line. You can try to throw straight up the gut, but it's very technical and very tough, so you're going to see most of these players just try to throw a nice, easy hyzer.
Yeah, I think the traditional line intended was more up the gut on the left, but a pretty large tree has gone down over the course of this, being played, and it's definitely opened up that hyzer route.
You got Nate up right now. Ooh, a little early tree.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of that happening over the course of the day.
Yeah, and I'm throwing a D1 max here. Feel a little more comfortable, just nice and easy. Gets a little more glide, more push there.
Looks like it held pretty clean through that hyzer route. There you go.
Close.
Looks like Trevor going to be sending it last on the card here to start us off on our first hole.
I think this is the first time I played with Trevor, too.
Ooh. A little bit of first hole fun on cam. And this is the real danger of this course. I mean, most of these holes, as I mentioned, are short, really easy to get to if you can stay on the fairway, but that's a big if. And here in Washington, we have a lot of old growth trees, and Maple Valley happens to have, quite a few sections like this. So being technical is very important on this course.
Yeah, and where Nate was at is a very tough spot, and as you see, hit a tree early, and
yeah, this is
still putting.
This is a great course for all skill levels, honestly, because it really forces you to hit your lines, and if you don't, you're going to be practicing some scrambles.
Putting for 2 here. Start
Looks
out the round.
Looks like the only chance for 2.
And early round jitters.
Yeah,
first hole.
Happens to all of us. But that was a great drive. Like I said, the only one on the card to seemingly, unless I missed.
I think this
Luke.
is.
Is this Luke for 2?
Luke is for 2.
Okay, so he actually got even closer. I thought we maybe missed an upshot or something. And Luke's got a great putt. I really love the way he putts, the style that he has. It's very, very noticeable, very recognizable.
One of the first times I played at Gaffney's, I think he was my doubles partner, and man, yeah, he's a fun guy to play with. His putting style is definitely unique.
Yeah, Luke is great. He's unfortunate for Nate. But yeah, Luke's a great guy. Nate is really the only person I personally haven't played with. This guy putting, I think I've played with him once or twice.
Putting with the PA3, the Ulibarri stamp right there.
Nice, the old core team.
Mm-hmm.
Keep a few of those in the bag myself. Trevor cleaning up a bogey. Double for Nate. Getting that out of the way and moving on to the second hole. I have a feeling this might be the first time Nate's been filmed. I'm not sure. But I can tell you that those feels are real.
Mm-hmm. Hole 3, up the gut. You want to go dead straight and then slightly to the right.
I feel like if you're right-handed and you have a forehand, that's going to probably be the favored play. I do see people throwing turnover backhand shots at this, but personally, I throw a forehand. But again, there's very few people that I've ever seen that have the control of a thumber like you do. So if this was an option, I'd probably use it.
Felt like it was a good shot too, but it's always hard to see from there because once you get over that hillside, it's blind.
Yeah, it's a very interesting, we haven't seen hole 1 yet, but hole 3 and hole 1 are very similar, just a little bit different in distance. They do demand a pretty hard right finish after a pretty long straight tunnel. I don't think Trevor throws many forehands. I'm not remembering seeing him throw forehands often. And like I said, I've never really seen Nate play, so I'm going to be kind of learning what he does as we watch. And that looks like a great release.
I think Nate throws mostly backhand, to be honest. It's been a while since remember this footage and everything, because this was back, what, February 28th, I think?
Sounds about right, yeah. Looks like, yeah, the 29th, actually, that extra day of the year that we got this year. So we got Trevor lined up to make this putt. Trevor can putt. I've seen this guy play a lot, and he's got a very solid game. But this is, you know, even, like I said, as short as this course is, if you're off to either side, it can be a bit of a struggle.
Mm-hmm. Your putting game needs to be on. And apparently I didn't realize that there's out of bounds long of the pin, so I end up going out of bounds.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be specific to this event. I'm assuming they do it to separate the fairways of 3 and 4, because as you can see right behind Trevor there, that's actually the tee pad for hole 4. But yeah, traditionally I don't think that's in play. So that's always a good thing for you guys at home if you're getting ready to play a tournament, even at a course you know. You know, they can do stuff like that and make courses a little bit different without, you know, if you haven't got out and practiced, or maybe you didn't get a chance to see a players meeting or something. There we go, Luke hitting another clean one.
Starting it out nicely, 2 for 2.
Taking a pretty good lead over the card right now currently. Just, yeah, 2 for 2. There we go, par for Nate, cleaning it up. Trevor with an unfortunate double. And you just tapping in here, cleaning up that unfortunate OB bogey.
Good to know about that now. I know.
You're ready for the rest of this. Who's that handsome fella? Jacob Lopez. Loving memory, man. Discs are flying for you today, buddy.
Hole 4, 198 feet. It's tucked over to the left. You need to go straight through those trees, and you need to have something push to the left very hard.
Yeah, as that would almost appear to be a sawed-off shot for most people, but yeah, it continues directly up the hill left. At the end of the fairway, you can almost see a downed log that has some moss across it, and that's pointing nearly parallel to the pin. So yeah, it's very paramount. You have something that can carry that short distance up the hill left. What are you throwing here?
What am I throwing? I think I'm throwing H3 here. I'm not really sure.
That looks kind of like an old yellow H3 yours.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, even as short as this is, I personally throw my X1 just because I know it's going to hold over to the left like that. Let's see if Trevor can shake that off and get up there. That looks to have great potential.
Mm-hmm.
That might be even a little long.
It's in range.
But it would seem that he had a pretty good look at it. Here's Nate trying to get around that corner. You can see the peak of the basket and what we mean about how it really does carry hard left.
Luckily, he was still in the fairway, so has a fairly open shot. Went up above the trees.
Right. Yeah. If you're over in that area, as you see,
which I had never been over here before, so this was the first time. I'm throwing looks like a proto PA4, trying to throw it on an Annie. I could not see anything from where I was at, so I have no idea how close I was until I got up there.
Yeah, that looked to be a great approach from being in a definitely not so ideal location. Here's Trevor looking to capitalize.
There we go.
There it is. That's the Trevor I know.
Time to get it going.
Cram it in there, dude. Cram. Cramly. Oh, we're going to see a little...
Here we go.
Here it is. Yep.
And another birdie.
Like I said, this man and his putts, you're going to remember him.
Starting out with the turkey.
That's how you want to start any event. In case you're wondering, if you could, you probably would want 3 for 3. If you could wake up in the morning and you'd go to the TD and you could say, "Sir, can I have 3 for 3 to start?" I don't think he'd give it to you, but that's all right. Luke got it anyway.
Yeah, and I'm super happy to walk up and tap in this 3, especially from where I was at. It was
yeah, that's
jail.
That is a great 3 to get from being that far out of position. Moving to hole 5, 224. Kind of mimics the same amount of left that you need to create, but you're on a much more flat ground, open shot. It's a little bit easier to see what you're throwing at and the line you're trying to hit. That was a fairly friendly kick. Gonna put him definitely right in that slam dunk, upside down flip turbo range. Trevor got that nice hyzer up there.
Early tree.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, it's hard to see from this angle, but you really do kind of want to hug it left at the tree line. If you go a little too wide, it has the potential of going long.
Like that one almost went just a little too long.
What are you throwing here, Matt?
I think I switched up to an M4. I was just trying to put on hyzer, hit a tree early. Just struggling a little bit early on right now, but we'll get it going.
And that's, like I said, that's the real tough part about this course is these holes are all very short, but they're all very technical, and they can leave you in positions like that to where now you're struggling on a fairly long outside circle 2 opportunity, it would appear.
Yeah.
Good upshot, though. Got it right up under the pin. Trev looking to capitalize.
There we go.
That's a great hit. Getting back into that rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Nate was stopped by some of that piled up debris in the back that's been kind of growing over time. Everything that's been cleaned up is kind of used to create a little bit of a backdrop for hole 5 here. Good bid.
Looked like he wanted to fall in on the backside, though.
He almost made it on both sides, yeah. But that was a good effort. It was high the whole time. It was never low. He gave it an opportunity the whole way.
Oh, no.
That's the unfortunate thing about having such a low putting stroke. It doesn't happen often. You could see even Luke was pretty upset and shocked by that, as I think he should be, especially with the start that he's had. But knowing the player he is, he's going to bounce back. But yeah, that's that low Cobra strike.
Now we're getting into hole 6, a little more tightly wooded holes. Trevor's throwing a backhand flip up. That looks beautiful.
Yeah, what a shot. That was beautiful. And this is one of those holes that it's great because for practice purposes, I can go out here, I can throw backhand, forehand. You can really work a number of different lines. And at 220 feet, it looks like it's just right there, but there's trouble to be had. And there, as you see it, that's just probably the most common mistake from a right-hand backhand thrower. Hitting one of those 2 guardian trees, and the leftmost tree seems to take the brunt of it.
After watching those guys do that, I decided to go with a thumber.
Be real, you decided to go with a thumber 10 days before you showed up here.
You're right.
I know it. Looks like that's going to be your F1 if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Blue F1. Oh!
Ooh, what a run. What a great shot. Yeah, for those of you that haven't seen Matt's game, expect a lot of thumbers that make you go, I don't like this guy. But he's pretty alright, you can take my word for it.
Alright, we got Luke over here.
Stretching out with that patent pending.
A little
really
hammy.
gives it some spin. I love the effort. That's gonna put him in it's gonna put him in his range, and you know he wants to capitalize on that putt after the unfortunate letdown on the previous hole.
Nate hanging out in the woods.
You can see he was given a little bit of a gift having a chance to run it there. From this angle, I would assume this is just outside circle.
Yeah, went just a little long past the basket.
Oh, great effort. Great effort. That was nose to nose on that one.
And Luke here to save his par.
There it is.
Yep.
When he hits those putts, man, they're just so clean. He's a very confident putter. He hits with a lot of force in his putt. And here you are, cleaning up what woulda, coulda, shoulda. Nice too. You're not going to see too many people throwing thumbers on that hole.
No.
And even less that are throwing it with that accuracy. Unfortunate bogey for Nate, but he's going to clean that up. Great tap in for Trev. That backhand was just too clean.
Hole 7. You got the... Looks like Trevor's going to line up the kind of dead straight shot at it. A lot of players, you also throw the forehand on the left side of the tree. You just have to miss that tree if you're going to throw that right side.
Yeah, I personally prefer the forehand route or using that left to right side. I think that there's more room to work with. You can see some players just over your shoulder there and what I like to call the dragon head, but there's a little bit of a downed tree that I kind of use as an aiming point. And just giving it something in the air on left to right, for me, seems to have a little bit more room. That was an unfortunate little hit. Looks like that pushed wider and straighter than you probably would have hoped for.
Luke throwing forehand. I'm guessing I think he's throwing a Firebird here.
I do believe he throws those fairly often. And see, that went a little straighter as well, but kind of more what I was mentioning about just trying to get up over the top of that, using some left to right.
Nate looks like he's going to go the left side as well with the backhand turnover. And it looks like he kicked right over. I believe we have, yeah, there's a party over here.
There we go. Yeah, that quite the crew back there. Oh my goodness, what a
Good
run.
touch on that.
Yeah, that was great. Full effort. That was not a layup.
That's still a shot that I'm still working on, is that little forehand.
Yeah, talk to me in 2025. I might have one of those. From a very similar spot, just a little bit of a different approach. It's going to leave them about the same putt.
Well, yeah, we're all right here. Every one of us.
I mean, I don't know. You clearly crushed them there. You got a good 12, 13 inches closer to the basket there. Like Luke looking to find a good placement for that mini. Being ever so careful. The top-notch guy that he is, he wants to make sure he's being clean, playing by the rules. Now here's where we really get to see, put some power behind that low direct putt. And he threw it up in the air that time, putted his own hat off.
When the hat comes off, you know you're giving it the effort.
I'm saying. If you can putt yourself out of an article of clothing, you definitely were giving it 100%. Thankfully, it was just his hat. Handsome as he may be. Looks like you're lining up with that core team once again.
Oh,
great effort.
A little roll away, but close enough.
Everybody really giving it a go from there.
And
that's an unfortunate. That's not something you would expect to see from you. Any of the players of this caliber, really. I know at the current time, or at the time of filming this, Luke was rated 937, Nate was rated 890, you were rated 964, and Trevor was 910. Either way, I feel like, yeah, that's an unfortunate mistake. But it'll be a mistake, not a common theme.
Nope.
Everybody just kind of tapping in to get ready to move along to the next portion of our course. Moving up to hole 8. After all these tappers.
Little anger putt.
You know, you got to make sure you make it.
Yeah.
Give it some force.
Hole 8, it's an island hole, 198 feet. Trevor's going to go the outside hyzer line.
Oh,
hits
no.
that ninja branch.
Just sniped him. Now, traditionally on the course, unless it's changed since the last time I played, this doesn't always play as an island. I believe that's, again, going to be something that they instituted for this event.
I believe so.
There is an island hole on the course that always plays as an island coming up later in this round.
Never made it to the island.
That looks like both opportunities missed so far. That looks like a very clean shot.
Dead straight. What a great shot.
That's got to just be right next to it. Looks like you're pulling out that same F1.
Yep.
I imagine at a course of this distance, you're not having to pull out much more for any of your thumber opportunities. That looked really good.
Oh, sweet. That's how I hit my ace here.
Don't throw it so hard like you did on 3.
Why you got to throw it so hard, Matt? Listen to the crowd.
All right. Trevor putting from the drop zone.
Which would appear to be like 45 or so.
It's about 45.
Okay. I've never had to putt from a drop zone there. I've never played anything other than the doubles here. I've done some lessons at this course, and then of course just used it for training when I still lived in the area. But yeah, this looks to be a decent, like, you know, they're giving you a chance. It's open, but it's not a gimme putt by any stretch of the imagination.
Mm-mm.
Good effort. Stayed a little bit wide left.
And now right here, I'm pretty sure that I thought that the group in front of us said that I did make the island, so I'm putting from the drop zone.
Had you called it provisional? Or?
Yes.
Okay, good to know. And then you've come to
And
find that
now
you are
I
on
am
the
in
island.
bounds.
Okay, so that putt was just to play the rules properly, and he makes the one that matters. Carding the 2, good 2 for you, Matt. That's why it's important to play both shots, and it'll never hurt you to play provisional in a tournament. Good cleanup there from Luke for the unfortunate bogey.
Trevor tapping in his bogey. And Nate stepping up.
What a shot from Nate.
Yeah, great
Beautiful
shot.
backhand shot.
He's got such great touch on his backhand.
This was great. Now, so according to the graphic here, it says 408. I believe on the course sign it says 398. Either way, this is most definitely the longest hole to be attacked at the course.
Yeah, dude.
Beautiful shot.
I'm going X1 here. When I played here once before, I got my X1 to push to the left, and I almost skipped it in for the ace, so I'm trying to replicate that shot. Out of my hand, though, I just threw it to the right. And you hear chains behind us. Clay just aced hole 5.
Oh, wow. Okay. Shout out to Clay. That may have missed, yeah, that missed the Mando. There is a Mando. Luckily, there's a net to save anybody over on that end, but there is a Mando that it looked like Trevor did not navigate properly. It looks like Luke's going to try to do either a big flex forehand or some kind of turnover forehand. That just got driven into the ground. That's a thrower alert. I've seen that play a lot. I personally like the backhand flip up.
And speaking of Clay,
He's like, bro, I'm on my phone talking about my ace. I can't be bugged right now. Woo!
it was a brand new disc he just took out of the bag.
Little backstory with that guy. I've known him since I was like 15 years old, and most definitely played some of the first disc golf with him ever, and it's great to see him continuing on in the sport.
First
What
run
an up
katana.
shot. First run katana. Wow, okay. Clean shot from Luke. Trevor from another drop zone, this time because I'm missing a mandatory. So he'll be putting for 4 up there. It looks like you're putting for 2, pretty parallel, just wide, yeah. And that's a big old dead tree got to get over, and you got right under it.
Easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy. I feel this one. Come on.
Come on,
You got
Trevor.
this.
Save this par.
It's right there. A for effort, man. Great run. Full speed. Had the right height. Just a little bit too much want. Kept it a little
This
too
is
wide
Nate
right.
Putting for 2.
This is going to be a 2 that not a lot of people get. Right on line. What a shot, though. Great drive from Nate. Good effort. He will clean up a par. Trevor's having a bit of a struggle on this hole, but it's one of the holes that'll do it out here.
Clean it up.
It's going to push him back a couple extra strokes. Luke with another unfortunate low putt, but right on target. That was less than an inch away from being where it needed to be. Good par from yourself, especially having been a little too wide to the right.
Which there is out of bounds right there on the right where my drive landed because
Separating
of the next fairway.
Yeah, that's probably going to be another common theme here that isn't necessarily normal to the course. Hole 10, 300 feet. You can see the flags that Matt was just talking about being OB, and you can see the Mando right there that Trevor missed on the previous hole.
Now, I believe this is a newer pin location because
Where they pushed it further
it's
back.
farther back.
Yes. So this is one of the first holes that they added a secondary pin location and added some distance to. I believe the original hole was about 260, 270. They pushed it about 30 to 40 feet.
It's what, 340, 339 or something now?
So yeah, that'd be about 40. It's definitely further back than the original pin location when the course was designed.
So I'm going same X1.
Looking for that big flare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that second shot.
That's
And
yeah.
it got the roll at the end, too.
That's something that just almost nobody has the control over, which is why you'll see most players throwing some kind of turnover backhand or a forehand. Personally, myself, I like the forehand line. I have no thumber game. Luke lining up what looks to be some kind of fairway driver. He got it up high enough, but it did not want to hold.
And I think that's out of bounds.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So they put the whole left side out of bounds right there, and that's the problem that some people were having, is that they weren't getting it turned over enough.
Trevor is not having that problem. He got it all the way up and over. Hit something on the approach over there, but he made sure not to make the same mistake Luke did. Trevor lining up a fairly long bit. It looks 70, 75 feet from this angle. Good effort. Going to leave him an opportunity to clean that up.
Luke here is...
I'm assuming he played where he crossed.
Yeah,
so you guys came up with... Okay. So he'll be looking for a par save 3P. Good height, good spin. It's going to leave it just a bit left.
Should be a tap in for...
Nate to capitalize on an opportunity here. Gives it a good run, but leaves it at about the same range as everybody else at this point. Sometimes if your putters don't work right, you just got to slap them a couple times. They go right in the middle.
I like to do that too.
You just got they're activated that way. You know what I mean? Touch activated. Wow, good hit. That basket almost said not today. But Trevor hit that one with force. He was not afraid.
Good putt.
Good cleanup from everybody.
I'm just going to tap this one in.
Beautiful 2 from Matt. Bringing himself to tied. Bye.